Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. Now, tonight, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and it's about money. Now, you probably thought I was going to start talking about sex, women, but no, it's about money. Money is very important. Money is something that doesn't get talked about very much, but it should be talked about all the time. But it doesn't happen that way because that's not a part of the status quo. And that's just what it is. And, I don't know if that's ever going to change anytime soon, but we live in a capitalistic society. We live in a society where if you're in a relationship, if you're married, if you're living with a woman, man or woman, today, and as soon as the money get low, the happiness goes far and far away. And it might never come back again. And the person that you're with might never want to be with you. And the person that you're with might be looking for a way out, an easy way out. It's unfortunate, but we live in a society today where you have to be doing something. It's the doing part that makes you a man. It's the doing part that makes you somebody. You can't just being who you are, just showing up on time. That's not enough these days. It's unfortunate, but that's just what it is. Just showing up as a man, dress as you would like, that's just not enough. Being a person of integrity, character, empathy, that's not enough for a lot of people. A lot of women out here today. That's not enough. As a matter of fact, a lot of women don't even care about integrity, standards, and character and habits that you might have. They're just looking for somebody that's going to play the part like someone that you might see on television. Actually, the guys that you see on television, that's the guy that most women want. Whoever that guy that they're looking at on television, that's the ideal guy. That's the guy that they want on television. The guys that's in the movies, the guys that's on the news, the guys that's on the shows, the guys that's in the reality shows. That's the guy that they want. But most women aren't going to get those types of guys, even if they wanted to, because they don't live in those circles. They're not around those circles. And most women know they can't get the top guy. They can't. Especially older women. They know that it's not going to happen. You know? But us guys, we kind of have the advantage, socially speaking, because we don't have to be in the best shape. We can be fat, we can be tall, we can be short. We don't have to have the best looks in the world. We can be 50 years old. We still bagging chicks. We still pulling chicks. All we got to do is have our money right. At 50, 60, we going to get the chicks. We going to get the women. Especially if we're successful. If you're a mover and a shaker, you're going to get the women by default. See, a lot of women can't do that at 55, 50, 55, 45, 60. A lot of women can't do that. They can't be fat and overweight and sloppy and think they're gonna pull six, seven, and eights and nines. The majority of women can't do that. So I think us guys, we have an advantage, but we don't realize it. We think if we don't look a certain type of way, we compare ourselves to other guys, which we shouldn't, because you're unique. No one's like you or ever gonna be like you. No one can beat you at being yourself, but you're trying to be someone else, and that's a mistake. What you should do is try to be the best version of yourself. That's why I always say focus on the damn money. That's where most of your focus should be at. This is why I started my other channel. Go over there and subscribe. The Day Job Bailout Plan. That's because, see, we live in a capitalistic society, and you're going to need as much money as possible. You're going to need to have multiple streams of income. You don't even know it yet, but I'm telling you, if you're in your early 20s, you're going to need a lot of money. The older you get, the more money you're going to need. And I'm giving you heads up. I'm preparing you for the BS that you're going to face so you won't be behind. You got to always try to stay at least 2 to 5 steps ahead of everything and everybody. You never want to get caught off guard. You never want to be one of those guys that say, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know you was like that. You did me wrong. I don't understand you. I thought you loved me. You don't want to be one of those guys. You don't want to be one of those guys that's in denial. You don't want to be one of those guys that's disrespecting yourself because you don't want to see things for what it is and not the way you want it to be. If you really want to make a change in your life, if you really want things to get better in your life, you got to begin to see things for what it is. You got to begin to see women for who they are, not what you want them to be. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. If you've been listening to me for a while, you know that I don't call women names. I don't complain about anything that they do. When women start talking, I don't really put too much effort into it because I know that most of it is a bunch of bullshit, and I know that what they're talking about is not going to affect and stop me from doing anything that I want to do. So last I checked, what industries, what organizations do women run and control and dominate in this country? I'll wait on that answer. They don't control and run and dominate anything. Women don't, last I checked, women don't control public policies. They don't create laws either. Last I checked. I could be wrong on that. Quote me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But last I checked, women really don't do very much for anything in society, really. They really don't. Everything a woman has is through a guy, directly or indirectly. And a lot of women walk around and act like they have something to do with how things are in society or whatever. No, they don't. They really haven't done very much of anything, really. But they complain a lot. They talk about what they want. They talk about how they get harassed. Please. They talk about how people have done them wrong. They talk about how they've been victimized. They play the victim role. Some of these women, the majority of these women are lying, but they play the victim role a lot. I know that much. I mean, heck, most women I know play the victim role. So, okay, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of women. Women are good at doing what they're good at doing, but men are good at doing what they're good at doing as well. And right, and this is the analogy I always use. If somebody kicks through the door and you and your woman, let's imagine, just imagine if you and your woman is on the couch looking at television, and if someone kicks through the door, what your woman gonna do? Get up and attack these guys? Absolutely not. She's gonna be looking at you for help. And if you're in your bed at night, sleep, and your woman wakes you up and say, "Hey, I think somebody's downstairs." Who's gonna get up and go downstairs to see what's going on? You or your woman? She ain't going down there. So let's just stop this nonsense. Let's stop this independence nonsense. Look, either you're gonna in the Navy, they used to, this old saying that goes, they say either you're gonna lead or get the hell out of the way. So if you're a man, you're supposed to lead. It's in your DNA to lead. You just suppressed it. You just drunk the Kool-Aid like a lot of these other guys have. So either you're gonna lead or get the hell out of the way. And whatever your woman tries to play these little games, use these shaming tactics on you, talking about you're being male chauvinistic or whatever. Yeah, I am. Yeah, yeah. It's like my girls that I know, they're not taking the trash out late at night. They're not answering the door after midnight. Yeah, yeah, yep, I am. They're not going outside by themselves after midnight, walking the dog without me. Yeah, maybe I'm overprotective. That's cool. I'll take that. Okay, cool. But that's just how I grew up. You know, maybe I'm overprotective. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know. I mean, the women that I'm around, they don't have a problem with it. So if they did have a problem with it, well, they can leave. I beg no one to be around me at all. So I have open door policy. If no one is ever stuck, they can leave at any time. I beg no one to be around me. I'm happy that they're around me, but I beg nobody. I don't hold anybody back. I don't hold any grudges. If you gotta go, take care. You know, that's what it is. And you need to start doing the same thing. Anyone that comes into your life is your life, your game, your show. That's what it is. If somebody comes into your life, you tell them, hey, this is what it is. This is how we do things over here. I don't know what happened before me, but this is how I roll. And that's just what it is. That's that's how I run my life. I run my life like a business. And you need to run your life like that too. Don't let things happen by chance. You go to look, you do everything else in an organized fashion. You go to work, you go to college because you want to better yourself. But when it comes to your life, you doing something for yourself, all of a sudden it's like you can't do it, or you forgot, or you just don't take things serious. Come on. I mean, you gotta love yourself. I mean, come on. You gotta really take things serious. You really have to. Now, some people will say, man, I got a bunch of time. What? No, you're not guaranteed anything. Only thing you're guaranteed is you're gonna die, and you don't know when it's gonna happen. I mean, look, I live my life. I live every day like it's the last day. I live my life to the fullest. I don't sit around thinking about how much time I got to do certain things, or I don't postpone anything. I don't procrastinate, or I don't do any of that stuff. Whatever I want to do, I just make a decision. I do it. That's it. Do it like Nike. I do it better than Nike. At least try to anyway. But I'm just one person. I'm just one man. I'm trying to be a man. I'm not trying to be anything else. So every day, man, every day, every week, every month, you should strive and thrive to do better, to be better, to be a better man, better son, better father, better husband if you're married. And you got to be relentless. I'm talking like it has to be a lifestyle. I talk about this in my book. Whatever you do, it has to be a lifestyle. Otherwise, you're going to find a way to quit. For example, if it's your goal to make a certain amount of money, it has to be a lifestyle. It has to be something. It has to be something that you do all the time. You have to live and breathe it if you want to be great. How do you think some people that you probably see on television, athletes, entertainers, business people, how do you think they got to the point where they got to? Because they thought about it all the time. They was obsessed with playing football, obsessed with playing basketball, obsessed with being a writer, obsessed with being a speaker, obsessed with being playing hockey, playing golf, whatever it is. They live it, breathe it, day and night. They go to bed thinking about it. They wake up in the morning thinking about it. So if you want to make more money, if you want to be more attractive to women, I don't care what it is. You have to be obsessed about it. You have to live, breathe it, sleep it, everything, every day. Can't be one day where you don't think about it. That's how it is. That's how you become great. That's how you become more than average. That's how you that's how you be on purpose. That's how you don't get caught up in a lot of the shenanigans that most of these other guys get caught up in. Child support, alimony. Because once you become great, once you become a mover and a shaker, people are following you because they want to follow you. People are going to want to be around you because of you. And it won't have anything to do with stuff, materialism. It won't have anything to do with it at all. It's going to be because of you at the core. It's not going to be how much money you make. You know, the people, because you know, and some people will say that's bullshit. It's they're gonna be around you if you have a lot of money, regardless. That's bullshit. Because the people that are fake, phony, and frauds won't. They can't stand to be around people that are truly being themselves. They would hate being around somebody like me. They would hate it. They would say I'm arrogant, and some would say I'm rude because I speak my mind. I don't kiss their ass and don't put them on a pedestal because I don't got time for all that shit. I mean, there's somebody out, there's other guys out there that'll put women on a pedestal, but I don't got time for all that. I mean, we can get together and build some shit together, do some fly shit, make some money together, travel together, spend time together. But you're not going to be the center of my life. Don't get it twisted. I don't have time for all that. No. You're not going to be the center of my life. You know, the person that I put on a pedestal because you're special. No. Uh-uh. It's not going to happen. Nope. My priorities come first. And if you want to get involved with what I'm doing, hey, that's cool. Everybody can't join the party. Some people are going to stay, but most are going to leave. That's what it is. And there's nothing guaranteed in this life. Nothing. Even if you do everything right, even if you do everything right, and you at least you think it's right, even if you treat some people right, even if you look out for some people, you give them jobs, you help them out, you made a difference in their lives, that doesn't mean they're gonna appreciate you. You gotta give with no strings attached. You can't expect people to be like you. You can't expect them to reciprocate. That's what it is. I mean, I'm not saying you should be a fool, but you got to accept people for who they are. And if you can't do that, let them go. Nothing's going to happen if you let them go. You're not going to die, hopefully. You can live without them. That's a crazy thing. And some people, I don't want to live without her. You're not going to, you can live without them. Really. If you're a young guy, you can live without them. I mean, if you're an older person, okay, that's a different story. But if you're in your 20s and you split up with somebody, you can live without them. You can move on. And when you move on, you're gonna look back years later and say, "Man, wow, was I tripping like that? I'm surprised I was acting like that." And you're gonna look back and say, "Hey, man, that's one of the best things that could ever happen to me." And somebody else is gonna come in your life that's gonna be 10 times better than the last person. And you would have never met the new person if you didn't make room for the new person. But you have to let something go for something new to come in. That's how life works. You're not gonna, you can't hold on to something and expect something new to come in. It doesn't work like that. You gotta let go for something new to come in. A lot of us, we're afraid to be by ourselves. One of the best things you can do is learn how to be yourself. And don't get caught up into what happens, the end result. Don't get attached to it. Let it be. Whatever happens, just let it be. If something happens that you like, be grateful, but don't get overly attached to it. That's why some of us get our feelings hurt and get all attached to women. See, in most relationships, the person that cares the less usually has the power. The person that cares the most usually is at a disadvantage and usually end up getting their feelings hurt. It's unfortunate, but we live in a society where people just take a lot of things for granted. You know, I used to be like that. I used to think that I was untouchable until people started dying around me. My parents died, my grandparents died, they're all gone. My friends, some of my friends died, some of my family members died. And they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But a lot of that, when people started passing away, that changed my view on life. It changed how I function. I don't put off things anymore. If I want to do something, I just get started. Sometimes immediately, same day. You got to live your life to the fullest. Whatever you want to do, I don't care what it is. I don't have to, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not the moral police. But whatever you want to do, get started. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you want to have a threesome. I don't care if you want to have an open relationship or monogamous relationship, or I don't care. I don't care if you want to get rich. I don't care if you want to make a certain just extra money from your job. I don't care if you want to travel. I don't care what it is, man. Just get started. Just get started, man. You know, let's get started. For my birthday was last week, and a lot of people that know me, um, I've celebrated my birthday with a lot of these people that left me messages on Facebook, and a lot of them wish me a happy birthday, and everybody, a lot of them said, "Hey, man, I hope you had fun on your birthday or whatever. Hope you did it big, whatever it is." You know, but the truth is, man, I didn't do anything on my birthday. I just chilled. I stayed home. I really did, man. I look at it like this: there's nothing I haven't, there's nothing more that I can do on my birthday that I haven't done. I've done everything that I wanted to do, pretty much, except have a threesome. But I never wanted to have a threesome. I could have, but I just never wanted to do it. But there's nothing else that I've done so much on my birthday for the past 40 plus years. There's nothing else that I can think of that I wanted to do at the time. I just stayed at home, read a book, made some money, and I was happy with that, man. I really was, you know. So you got to find out what's happiness for you. Everyone has to find out what happiness means for you. Happiness is an inside job. It's not gonna. If you depend on other people to make you happy, you're gonna disappoint yourself 100% of the time. 100% of the time. No one else can make you happy. Sure, they can make you feel good for a certain amount of time or a long period of time. They can make you feel good. They can make you blow off. But happiness is an inside job, my friend. So If you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel, share this video, go to my website, chooseyourrelationships.com, get all the gear, books, bags, all that good stuff over there. And subscribe to my new channel, the Day Job Bailout Plan. And check me out on Instagram. It's Sharp King. Search for me over there. You know. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.